Hello, Eurovision fans. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. It's been a while, so I wanted to do another chart update looking at the songs of Eurovision 2023. And the first charts I want to look at are the viral Spotify charts, because there are some interesting things happening there. First of all, I want to go to Canada, a country that's not even in Eurovision. And as you can see, Cha 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 and Käärijä is doing really well in Canada still. He's still in the top 5 viral songs on Spotify Canada. And Loreen is also doing well because Tattoo is in 18th place and she's actually going up, up, up. So who knows, maybe she will have a hit in Canada as well at some point. If we go south of the border, we have the United States, and there you can see that Tattoo is also doing well, still in 21st position. Some Tina Turner and Taylor Swift songs ahead of her, so she might go up again later in the week. But I think being viral on 21st place in the US is still a good result for Loreen. Unfortunately, Cha 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 is not there anymore. Now, when we go to Japan, Cha 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 is doing really well. He's in 7th place in the viral chart in Japan, which I still find really amazing. It's the kind of song that kind of works in Asia, I guess, with a bit of a crazy performance in a language that people don't really understand. So I think that's something that works in Asia a bit more than somewhere else. So I could see Cha 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 become a hit there at some point, or even a bit bigger hit than it already is. Now, it might not be surprising then that in the Viral 50 Global, Cha 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 is also doing quite well, still in 7th place. And Tattoo, I did not have a screenshot of that, but Tattoo is also still in 23rd place on the Viral Global chart. So both of these songs doing really well, number 1 and number 2 in Eurovision, and just doing really well on the charts. Now let's go to some top global rankings. This is the 50 most streamed songs in the world, and you can see that Tattoo is still in that list in 39th position. It's actually been going up a bit and then going down a bit again, so it's not decreasing as most other Eurovision songs do after the grand final. It's kind of balancing out and might go up again. We will check that. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that. That was a good segue into telling you to subscribe, I think. So Tattoo in 39th place at the moment. Cha Cha Cha, unfortunately, not in the top 50 anymore on Spotify. Now, let's go to some official singles charts. The United Kingdom. I didn't make a video last week, so Loreen managed to, after her 2nd place debut, managed to stay in the top 5 and was 4th last week, which meant that she was the first Eurovision song since Gina G and Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit to stay in the top 5 for 2 weeks. And she is now still in the top 10 because this was just revealed yesterday. She's now in 10th place in the United Kingdom. So still doing really well in the UK. 3 weeks in the top 10 is a really good result, I think, for a Eurovision winner. And I think the best result in years and years. I didn't check that. Let me know in the comments if you know how long ago it was that a Eurovision song actually stayed in the top 10 for 3 weeks, apart from maybe Sam Ryder, who is actually doing amazingly well. He's the most Shazam artist in the United States with his new song. I think it's called Lost and Found, so check that out. It's really doing well, and I'm really hoping that he also continues his international career. Then in the UK, you also still have Käärijä, a Finnish song in the top 50. He's 47th this week, followed by May Muller in 48th position, and then Alessandra, who was in the top 10, then 23rd, and this week she's in 56th position on the British charts. Then I want to look at the Global 200 by Billboard, which is trying to find the most popular song in the world. As you can see, Loreen was 15th last week, is now 26th. Käärijä, again with a Finnish song, was 27th and is now 73rd. And Alessandra has gone down from 58 to 138. That doesn't sound very good, but I mean, it's songs from Norway, from Finland, from Sweden doing really well in the world. So I'm really happy about that. Then I have some chart runs for Loreen that are quite impressive, I think. She was number 1 in the Netherlands for 2 weeks, as you can see, and this week she is 4th still in the Netherlands. In Switzerland, she is still number 1. In Austria, she was number 1, is now in 3rd position. In Flanders in Belgium, she is holding on to the number 1 spot, really, really good. And in Wallonia, the French-speaking part of Belgium, they have their separate charts. She's actually increased and is now in 4th place, going up from 5th. So actually increasing even 3 weeks after Eurovision has ended. Really great result. And then she's still holding on quite well in the Nordic countries, 6th in Sweden this week, 4th in Finland, in 2nd place in Norway. And then in Germany, she has gone down to 25th place. Unfortunately, I hope she can go up again at some point. And in Greece, in the international artist charts, she is still in 1st position. By the way, I'm going back to Belgium because Loreen is number 1 in Flanders, but number 2 is still Gustav. And I'm so happy for him that he has such a great result in his own country. And I hope he can draw happiness and also more career success in the future from this success. Now let's look at some records that Tattoo and Loreen have broken in the last 2 weeks. 100 million streams for Tattoo has been reached. It's the fastest Eurovision song to reach that threshold. And there are actually not that many that have reached this threshold. I think around 15 songs from Eurovision have done it, and she is now among them. She's also the 6th most listened Swedish artist on Spotify after Swedish House Mafia, ABBA and Avicii, so also a really great result for her, I think. Tattoo still has around 2.1 million streams per day on Spotify. As we saw, she's still in the top 40 in the global chart. And Euphoria is also charting in several countries, in Switzerland and Greece. So her previous winning song is also doing well again on the charts because people remember that she also did that song, I guess. Let's look at some chart runs for Käärijä. In the Netherlands, he's gone down to 78th position. In Switzerland, still in the top 30 in 26th position. In Austria, still in the top 20, really good, in 14th. And in Flanders, he's actually increased by 8 positions and now has a top 10 hit in Flanders as well with Cha Cha Cha, where he is in 9th position. And Wallonia, unfortunately, hasn't charted yet, but maybe that will happen later on. Then in the Nordics, he's holding on really, really well. He's still 2nd in Sweden, ahead of Loreen still. He is still number 1 for a 4th consecutive week. In Finland, doing really well. I mean, the Finns love the song, obviously. It's going viral in the world, so Finns should love the song. In Norway, it's in 3rd position still. And in Greece, it's also still in 2nd position on the international artists chart. Right behind Loreen, by the way. And here are some records that Käärijä has broken. He has the most viewed video of a grand final performance now, ahead of Tattoo, which some people say shows that she should have won. I just think it shows that it is a performance you want to see more than listen to the song alone, maybe. And then there are still around 1.3 million streams a day. That kind of counteracts what I just said. So people love listening to the song as well. Doing really well, especially for a song in Finnish, of course. Now let's look at the current standings of these songs in the charts. I'm again using the wonderful website esctracker.com that summarizes the chart positions of all of these Eurovision songs. This is iTunes. As you can see, Tattoo still doing really well in the Czech Republic, where it's number 1, in Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, where it's number 2, also in the Nordics, in Sweden and Denmark, in Slovakia. I hope they're coming back at some point, Slovakia. 7th still in the UK, also in the top 10 in Norway, in France, in Greece, in Israel, and in the Netherlands, and just doing well in a few other countries as well. And as you can see, the 2nd most successful song at the moment is Euphoria, really doing well in Malta, in Sweden, in Lithuania, in Slovenia, in Latvia. But Käärijä is also doing well, still number 1 in Sweden, where he's still beating Loreen, then number 3 in Israel, 6 in Finland, Norway, 8 in Belgium, and doing well in Estonia, Austria. And as you can see, Norway doing well, and Blanka still doing really well, especially in Poland. I think she's number 1 on the singles chart, actually. That is the results of the iTunes charts at the moment. Yes, as you can see, there are way less positions than there were before, but that is kind of expected 3 weeks after Eurovision has ended. Now let's look at Apple Music, a streaming service. Lithuania, Malta, Cyprus, Netherlands, and Switzerland still have Tattoo in #1. Then we have #2 in Sweden, Norway, Israel, #3 in Belgium, #4 in Poland, Austria, Estonia, and top 5 still in Luxembourg, Slovenia, Armenia, Ireland, and Finland, and still top 10 in the UK, doing really well on Apple Music, actually. Also Käärijä doing really well in Estonia, in Finland, in Iceland, in Sweden, and lots of other countries. You can see it over here. As you can see as well, Alessandra doing well. Noah Kirel still doing well in several places. Best, of course, in Israel. And this is quite funny, but still Rosalind, 20th place in Eurovision 2022, is the 5th most successful song on Apple Music at the moment, from Eurovision, of course. Then we go to Spotify, and you can see where all of these streaming numbers for Tattoo and Cha 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 are coming from. Tattoo still #1 in Belgium, #2 in Netherlands, Iceland. Look at this long, long list. Really doing well in a lot of countries. 8th in the UK, 6th in Sweden, 15 in Finland. And Käärijä also doing really well. #1 in Iceland, Estonia, Lithuania. #2 in Finland, and #2 in Latvia as well, doing well in the Baltics. Yeah, very good positions as well for Alessandra, Snap, and Unicorn as well by Noah Kirel. She's actually still #2 in Israel, which is really great for her, I think. These are all the chart positions I wanted to look at. I hope that was fun for you. If you want more chart updates like this, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye-bye.